Once it goes down to armpits and millimetres, yes, it is factual, and yes, they are doing the best they can with the technology, but it's just something that we're all just getting used to. And by the way, it's still in its infancy. I keep saying that. We're only what, 6 or 7 months into it. So, you know, I hear a lot of people talk about cricket and all the technology that's been in cricket, and that's been going on for 10 years. And people were moaning about all the technology in the first few years of it. We're 6 months into football, so maybe we've just got to give it a little bit of time.
Well, 6 months into the Premier League.
Right.
It's been going around the world for about 4 years now.
Yeah.
And only the Premier League have had the problems. Other leagues have had slight problems, but not as much as the Premier League.
The Premier League have employed their own protocols. They've employed their own technology. They're using the Hawkeye technology, which I'm not sure everybody else does. And that's, I mean, again, I think the Premier League's own protocols are to blame for most of these issues.
I want to go back to what John brought up. John, your timing was perfect. You mentioned cricket. Peter Walton is with us. It may surprise you to learn he also writes a column in the Times called The Expert View. And on this, Peter, he said, with the marginal offside call that cancelled out Wolves' equaliser, is it a case of the law technology? There needs to be, in inverted commas, an umpire's call ruling for such tight offside decisions. Peter, rather like there is in cricket, I guess is what you're saying, when the technology is used, but it's still got to be the referee's call.
Yeah, look, what I'm saying there is that's possibly one possible solution. There's a lot of solutions being banded around at the moment. All I'm saying is that because the tightness, the marginal call there, very much like cricket, and there's people around the world that understand exactly what an umpire's call is, where the technology suggests that maybe he's hitting the wicket, maybe he's not, so you go with the umpire's decision on the day, and that way you get a factual given answer.
But then you would have
from
to
the
change.
official.
You'd have to change the way the assistants referee or do their job, because they'd have to put the flag up if they thought it was offside rather than letting play go on.
And that's right, Stewart. And so the game evolves, and so the assistant's job evolves. But that's just one element we're saying there. If I just can go back very quickly, Don makes some good points about, you know, it was never meant for those marginal calls. VAR was never meant for a guy to sit at the camera angle and keep rolling backwards and forwards to see if he can find, you know, an offside decision. It was meant for that person to look at probably the one camera angle and say, wow, how did we miss that? That's offside. That's what it was for, and that's the principles behind it.
Well, for a very
Can I just give you my little idea on it? Can I just give you very, very quickly just my idea on that? Instead of having two lines where you've got an offside and an onside and you've got a player, just for instance, an attacker's half a yard offside, instead of having the two lines, just put one line across, and then you can see that that player is half a yard offside. You go, yes, 100% he's offside. Once that player then comes within millimetres or a centimetre, and you put the one line across and you can't tell, then surely the benefit has to be given to the attacker.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.